family, friends, saints, and ain'ts. Yes, you can. Thinking about this song, I was just thinking about it. I think it's the Staple Singers. I know you can make it. I know that you can. I know darn well we can work it out. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Marianne Williams says that we are not serving the world by playing small. That's how she says it. Each week, I share some things I believe we can do what is needed for us to be healthy and whole. Radiant, to be radiant, like rest, activity awareness, diet, introspection. That's our prayer. That's our meditation. Agua, making sure that we're hydrating. Our nutrition, trying to eat cleaner. Have to be perfect, but doing better. And then training. And yeah, we can. Yes, we can. So I love this quote by Marianne Williamson. She says, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is not our light, it's our darkness that most frightens us. It is, I said it wrong, our light, not our darkness that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? And you know what? I sometimes think in today's society, on the outside, like with social media and things like that, it looks like it's just the opposite. But deep down, I think, as Marianne Williams is saying, we can think these things. Who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, Marianne says, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small, she says, does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. And I love this part. We are all meant to shine as children do. We are born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And I was reminded of that today. I was in a morning devotion, and our teacher says she was really speaking about the church, but inside the church, we shouldn't really be competitive. According to the world standards, it shouldn't be a competition because everyone is important. And then Marianne says, and as we, it's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our light shine, we are unconsciously giving others permission to do the same. I love that. And as we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Okay, that was a whole mouthful to say, what is it that you've been wanting to do that you haven't done yet? Are you waiting until tomorrow? But tomorrow is always a day away. Have you been wanting, I don't know, to get up off the couch, stop watching so much TV, start walking, reading more, eating healthier? Have you been wanting to learn a new skill? Apologize to a loved one? Or calling a loved one? You've been meaning to do it. Start a new hobby. Pick up an old instrument. What is it that you have been wanting to do, and maybe you're feeling like, I'm too old, I'm too young, I'm too short, I'm too tall, I don't have enough resources, I can't, what is it that's holding you back? Don't be afraid. Is it failure? Because you don't want to be afraid of failure. Is it that? I wish I had pulled up let me see if I can pull it up real quick. The Michael Jordan quote. Am I still? I'm going. I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I can go off the screen like that. But oh, I love that quote from Michael Jordan. Okay, so I don't know if you're going to hear me when I go over to the other screen, so maybe I shouldn't do it. But he says, I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. So we can't be afraid, my friends, of not succeeding. We can't allow that to keep us from doing anything. There's this one experiment. Oh, let me get back. I don't know. Am I still here? Are you okay? I hope I didn't like go completely away. There's this one experiment that I heard recently. I thought was interesting about fleas. Fleas, okay? They can jump really high, like a couple feet high. And in the experiment, the fleas would jump out of the jar, just jump out of the jar because they could jump out of the jar so high. Then they put a lid on the jar. And when they put the lid on the jar, the flea would jump high and then hit the jar and fall back to the bottom. Well, in a very short period of time, the fleas learned to not jump as high. They wouldn't jump as high. And within a short period of time, in the experiment, they're able to take the lid off of the jar and the fleas won't jump out of the jar anymore because they're conditioned to not jump as high. Further, the next generation of fleas wouldn't jump as high either because they're emulating their parents. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I want to compare ourselves to fleas, but there is somewhat of a moral in that story. Are we not reaching high enough? Are we not, have we been conditioned to believe like we can't do it? You know, there's another story of elephants. And I think this is a good metaphor for life. Big giant elephants, they got this little tiny rope around their foot, you know, one leg, and they don't move from that one little rope around their leg. Like, it's an elephant. It's a little teeny rope. But when you ask why they don't just move when they go wherever they want, that you learn that when the elephant was a little bitty thing, they had that same rope tied around their leg. And so as the elephant grew, they were conditioned to believe that they couldn't go further than this rope. So we don't want to be like elephants in that story. You know, we don't want to have that elephant mindset. Blaming other people, blaming our situation, our circumstances. It's important for us to break past that limited mindset. I know recently, my family, we're going through a situation, and it's been tough, but I'm still wanting to make sure that I do what I can to take care of myself. Like, I don't have as much time to do it, but I need to so that I can be my best self. So I like, okay, let's figure it out. Let me get up a little bit earlier. Let's strategize how you're going to get, you know, your walks in. So I'm getting up earlier. How am I going to get my meditation in, my time with the Lord? How am I going to get that in? Well, you used to do it. You used to get up super early. Start getting up super early again. When there is a will, there is a way. And that is the same for you, my friend. You start where you are. You do what you can. Three things. Believe that you can. Well, if you don't believe, how can you believe? Find the belief that you can, whatever the thing is. You want to learn how to paint, you want to start walking. Yeah, it's just you want to do it, but no, start thinking in your mind that you can. I can. And a lot of times we have the number one. It's the number two that gets us. The number two is do it. Do it. Not tomorrow, because tomorrow is always a day away, but do it today. That's number two. Number three is a little more challenging than number two, because number three is then you have to do it again. Do it again the next day. Do it again the next day. And here, there was a good quote I put on my Facebook page this week. I think motivation is great. It'll get you going, but you have to have discipline to keep going. Because you're going to run out of motivation. It's going to be, you're not going to feel like it, or life happens, and then, oh well. And we've given up on ourselves so much. I think that is part of the problem, that it's like every time we break our promise to ourselves, then we don't believe that we can, just a little bit more. But trust God. Believe that, a lot of you are believers, right? Believe that He can help you, that you can. And then you have to take a step. We can't just be lethargic. Begin. Do it. Whatever that thing is, do it. Whatever you can. You just start where you are. Do it. And then repeat the next day. And repeat the next day. And you know what? That's how you create habits. And habits form discipline. And you know what else? Once you start getting into that routine, into that discipline, it's hard to get out of it, but it takes time to get into it. And make sure, if you've fallen off, because you may say, well, I was doing so well at whatever the thing was. I was so committed. I was doing well. And then life happened. That's what it is. It's life, and it's going to happen. As soon as you can, pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and keep it moving. Okay? Keep going. You can do it, my friends. Yes, you can. Start where you are. Do what you can. I love you. There's nothing you can do about it. Have an amazing day. Bye.